Let's continue talking about Black Muslims and Black companions in Islamic history. This story is of Julaybib, who was a companion of the Prophet ﷺ, and he came from the Ansar. So the Muslims during the time, they didn't marry their daughters off until they knew that the Prophet ﷺ wanted to marry them or not. And in Julaybib's case, the Prophet ﷺ went to a man of the Ansar and said, I require your daughter for marriage. And he was like, yes, please marry my daughter. And the Prophet ﷺ said, no, not for me, for Julaybib. And he said, okay, let me go consult my wife, her mother. And he goes to consult the mother, and the mother, when she finds out it's Julaybib, she's not happy. She basically says, what? For Julaybib? Never, by Allah. I will not marry her to Julaybib. And then the daughter finds out that the Prophet ﷺ is the one who is requiring her hand in marriage for Julaybib. And the daughter basically says, you reject the order of the Messenger of Allah, present me to the Messenger of Allah. This is just another example of Muslims during the time and Muslims during today's time still dealing with anti-Blackness when it comes to marriage. And the Prophet ﷺ was the type of person that would arrange these marriages no matter the people's skin color, because he did not care about your skin color. The Prophet ﷺ really loved Julaybib. During a war, they were looking for people amongst the dead, and they were like, Prophet ﷺ said, who's missing? People listed off names, and they didn't list off Julaybib. So the Prophet ﷺ said, however, I am missing Julaybib. Look for him amongst the dead. So they searched for him and found 7 bodies surrounding him, because he basically killed these 7 people before he died. So the Messenger of Allah ﷺ said, he is from me and I am from him. He killed 7 before he was killed. He is from me and I am from him. And the Prophet ﷺ basically placed him between his forearms, and they dug a grave for him. His body was leaning upon the forearms of the Prophet ﷺ until he was lowered into the grave.